All right, first and foremost, this video is not to bash anybody. This video is not to make anybody feel less than. All we are here to do is bring awareness of hypocritical beings that look just like us and wear the exact same costume and the exact same frame of mind that we are all framed to be in through the projection that these beings project every single day by orchestrating and structuring the minds for the future that these beings are putting in mind control. So these beings are not only trafficking and not only inverted into being trafficked into these satanic illusions and these occultic illusions and these Masonic dualistic perspectives, but are also, for one, grooming the beings who are supposed to be chosen by elders. The fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And the thing is, this is my ninth video for today. I was not supposed to make this video, but I was literally observing what this being said. Because I said, wait a minute. I need to make a video on B-Dale and Von 2 Cut. I also got a video with Kaiser that all this stuff, yeah, we're not going to sit here and just waste any more time. No, because it's crazy how beings will sit here and act as if they're not doing what they came here to do. And the thing is, if you see this grown ass woman, if you ever see this grown ass woman on your feed, there's a reason. There's a reason why they put control opposition into your algorithm. And why is that? Because they want you to sit here and dissect well articulated words that make you fall for the tomfoolery. All you're watching is a bunch of coon tap dancers who are literally getting buck broken into industries that put them into position to go viral. Because ignorance sells, sex sells, lies sell. That's why they keep on lying by being well spoken. Shit crazy as hell, bro. Not only just that, Charleston White, grown ass woman. We already did a video on her, excuse me. Billy Carson, grown ass woman. How do you lose a debate to another invert over Jesus Christ? Imagine losing debates about ignorance. How ignorant is that? Oh yeah, and Von to cut. You already know we exposing false leaders. That's your handler, by the way, that got you into the industry and you project fake masculinity. But we'll get into all that. Yeah, we've been covered Yaki Unawakened. And then Ariel the official or the Ross official. Yeah, you blocked me because I told your truth about your masculine ways. And the thing is, I don't even hate y'all, but I love the way that y'all lie to the masses. I won't be fooled by it. So, and yeah, I'm going in on this video too, by the way. I'm on shrooms right now, and I just don't, I had this mentality of I don't care about how these beings are feeling today. I just don't. I just woke up on a different type of timing today for some strange reason. And what's crazy, somebody, named Mari Chosen, it makes sense on why you like the invert as well, because of course, I mean, you would just follow. Also, same exact thing as well, Return to Nine Ether. All these beings do is like, for example, fight with these demons, shed light on my people. Oh my God. It's like, hold on, fight with these demons. Fighting what? If you're fighting anything, all you're doing is waltzing your way into the fight that you were never fighting. So basically, you're attaching yourself to your demons to put yourself into these industries like Freemasons or the Boule, these hidden societies. You put yourself in these realms because you think that you're shining light upon your people whole entire time. You just asleep as your people who think they're enlightened. Man, stop. As above, so below, showing you inverted above in my mind. And physically, I'm in tune with that nature. So I have to hang with people who are the exact same nature as well. And how is that possible? By showing the allegiance, showing their ties through Freemasonry. Another one, showing you this. And the thing is, too, Baphomet worship. Man, just going to go to the Baphomet. Because why do you think people keep throwing up the peace sign? And that does not mean peace. This literally means either chaos or war. So why are you throwing that up? Why? Look at the hands. And you can look this up for yourself as well. Why do you think they do this symbolism? I have never in my life decided to just tell myself, I'm gonna throw this up just because. No. Look, another grown ass woman wearing tight ass shirts, tight ass jeans, tight ass shorts, showing you what? Their allegiance, showing you the hand initiations or the hand symbolism that they have to use to determine what level they're on as far as the occultic leveling of Freemasonry. Look at that. What are your captions? That's the thing too, is why I got these things. Event from last night was a success. More to come. All y'all do is lie, control opposition. Gathering of the masters. Masters of what? Let's be real, Arcades ain't a master at shit. Y'all gotta be careful just throwing words out there. Like, come on, bro. Masters at what? Y'all can't even master y'all lives, but y'all considered to be the masters of the new generation or esoteric knowledge. When esoteric knowledge meets street knowledge, video will be on YouTube channel once it's edited. Niggas meet their favorite idols and then lose the whole entire plot. You niggas are fucking weirdos, man. Bunch of sellouts. Look at you and Billy Carson, man. Nine Ether God Fest. There are five occultic signs that these Masonic figures are typing and throwing up. If you can spot the enlightenment in plain sight, then you should know what will happen with Beadle. His time has arrived, and you thought you was slick. One, two, three. The event is four. What they're selling is five. Literally, that simple. And it's not because somebody can be like, nigga, you just made that shit up. I'll explain it to you. For one, if you're throwing this up, you're basically saying you are inverted. You're saying that you've been altered to being a transgender and you are placed into society to control the minds of people who are not aware of themselves. Okay, this hand symbolism, once again, showing you not only just that you're flexing watches and you don't know that if you know that time is not real, why even wear a watch? Defeats the whole entire purpose. But I get it though. You can still wear a watch even if you're enlightened. But what's the whole point of wearing a watch when you're already enlightened? To knowing that time does not even exist to itself. So this hand symbolism, showing you, letting you know they have ties into the occult. So because I don't have my book, but because it's in my room. Because what is that? I think this is, no, my bad. Handshakes. There we go. Okay, so this would basically be apprentice to the past, grip of a fellow craft, or a real grip of a fellow craft, or grip of entered apprentice. Can't make this stuff up. Got it right here for you. So that first part, it says grip of the entered apprentice. And then look at the thumb. So on the image, it has the thumb going over that finger right here. This finger is hidden for a reason, but that thumb, look at this thumb right here, boy. Look at that thumb. That thumb is over that finger. That's hidden. It's hidden for a reason. These niggas are sitting here smiling, looking like, for one, you look like a grown ass woman. And what's crazy, how you all fake masculinity, and it makes sense on why y'all don't ever do gematria on yourselves. It's fantastic. So, not only just that, you got Lucifer on your shirt. Not only just that, you got Lucifer on your shirt as well, because Michael Jordan is also an invert. Not only just that, Thoth as well. And Thoth was also Luciferian, teaching Lucifer the teachings of esoteric knowledge in Egypt, in the pyramids. So yeah, grip of the entered apprentice, letting you know when she got initiated, you welcomed her into the realm of Freemasonry. Wow, man. And then I remember doing oh yeah, there are no outside forces called God or Satan controlling us. Good and evil are our own spiritual awareness or the lack of it. Transcending duality is realizing God and Satan are the same entity, you. So understand this. So I was looking through, oh, should I do her gematria? Yeah, let's do her gematria and shit. So there's a reason why they put that because from one, they realize that when they're doing this, her ascension is inverted. Her ascension is below. Her ignorance is above. Now, excuse me, excuse me. So the ignorance down here is where Freemasons are, but they want you to focus on this to where that is false ascension. That's why when you see a rainbow, you should not level the colors that are ignorant to itself because they're gateways to show you what was perverted. Literally, it's a social engineering agenda. And that's exactly why they do not want beings to reach this higher peak of their consciousness or be open-minded to it. So what they do, they inverted the flag to where now the beings who are at the top, who are predators, who have been groomed and who have been abused sexually, what would they do to beings who are being aware of their inversion? They're going to make you look stupid. And that's what's crazy. The beings who think they're enlightened, they will make you feel stupid for being enlightened to the light that they bring in your eyes. Depiction of an old theory about how the pineal gland relates to our eyes and vision. The lines represent our physical range of focus. Don't you notice a stunning resemblance to a very similar or familiar symbol, the sigil of Lucifer? Literally, everything that you see is mind control. The pituitary gland is the page and light bearer of the pineal gland. It is said that when the pineal gland is activated, it becomes illuminated like 1,000 suns. If thine eye be single, thy whole body will be full of light. The light bringer in the eyes, all seeing eye of Lucifer, all the angles. And the thing is, too, white light or Jesus Christ. And the thing is, we don't believe in Jesus over here. So, enlightenment, because understand, too, Jesus Christ is Lucifer. That's the case. Your nature put itself into a cosmic web on a string theory outside of time. It brought itself in that dimension, and then it put itself into the higher interpretation of the gateways that we are all projected to be in from these different paths right here, or the symbology of music or sound. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, represented by the number 741, Manly P. Hall, and then 741, 147, 888. The name Jesus or Jesus has a numerical value of 888 in Greek philosophy. And then the sun, moon, earth, partial solar eclipse, all symbols of Satanism. And even when I seen the Statue of Liberty, all idol worship, the brain is built of the same substances as are all other parts of the body, with the addition of the phosphorus, which is peculiar peculiar to the brain alone. The logical conclusion is that phosphorus is the particular element by means of which the ego is able to express thought. The proportion and variation of this substance is found to correspond to the state and stage of intelligence of the individual. Idiots have very little phosphorus. Shrewd thinkers have much. It is therefore of great importance that the aspirant who is to use his body for mental and spiritual work should supply his brain with the substance necessary for that purpose. Model of the optical functions and crossing of the brain hemisphere. The Latin word for Lucifer corresponds to the Greek phosphorus, meaning light bringer. That's exactly why we are all born under Luciferian spellcasting. And if you don't see that, there's a reason why you don't see that. A lot of people literally have their brains in the dumpster. And this is what, yeah, she thought, I ain't gonna get into this person just yet, but she thought she could goddamn, hold on, this is hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. Cloud chasing is interesting, ain't it? But I don't do bad vibes. And sent this because she knew that I was on to her. Think thrice before disrespecting segment. Love you. Ha ha. And I say, yeah, you better block me because I was on to you. Oh my, I love this. I love this shit. And here's what I said too. When someone's like, well, what did you say? Because if, and this is who this is, by the way. And look at how, excuse me, look at all the views that she gets. But yeah, if I go on my TikTok right now, for one, this is my eighth time, or yeah, eighth time being banned. And in my drafts, I got 5 drafts posted today as well. But I'm only getting around close to 1,000. Some days 200, 400, 500, 600, 700, if that. On Instagram, it's even worse. But that's how I know that you can just tell, like, look at this grown ass man. I mean, they're playing in makeup, and then I don't even get the views for being authentic. That's why I stopped caring about views on social media when I started speaking that truth. But when I lie, oh, do those lies go viral? Where is that picture at? I'm so excited to do this shit, boy. I've been waiting all year to gather my information on you fuck motherfuckers, boy. That have been getting fucked to be in spaces that have fucked you into thinking as if you were this being of light. Ariel D. Ross official, your video on Coil Ray was your projection, and you basically tore on yourself throughout that video. You want to tell the world about your pyramid scheme and how you push transhumanism by being fake, spiritual, and conscious? Want to tell the world your truth, or does your mantra have to? How you a motivational speaker hiding behind the mask as a guy? Man to man, how do you want to go about this? Why can't you teach or guide your people into learning gematria? Your followers follow you because of your inverted deceit, and you love the attention in the 2D because money coming in constantly. You've been lying for way too long, and you had two choices: either tell your followers your true motives, or I'll show the world who you were born as, all who you were born as, along with your sinister actions through social media currently. Don't respond because that will confirm my evidence. Blocking me will confirm my evidence, and making a video or responding to me will make you fall into my trap. When I wake up, I better see a video of you speaking your truth. Also remember, men lie, women lie, but Gematria knows your truth in a world full of contradictions. Don't make this easy for me because I know you and your delusions. You are not slick and you can't fool foolishness that's mindful. Come on, dog. And look at this. Are you really you ready to be free? Read description. Whole entire time you a grown ass man. And I don't care what you are, it's the fact that you're not being real to yourself. And that's what they want. And look at that. All these beings got their idol worship of their inversion in churches, and people still, oh, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Look at the Baphomet right there. Look at the Baphomet right there. Letting you know, I mean, bro, at this point, what this shit just be too damn easy. So I was like, yeah, you better block me, dog. So I can't stop smiling because, bruh, we figured out the game. Clout isn't a drug I chase because if it was, I would sell my morals and have my page end up looking like yours. You bought your followers and likes and paid for views that are artificially unconscious to your agenda. The intention was loving, so by you saying you don't do bad vibes shows where your ego was when I tagged you with compassion behind the post. Fell for the bait again. Not only just that, that is what you look like, so it makes sense to use this emoji only for me, though, because I see you for who you are and made you respond to me. Fell for the bait again. My bad, I said that way too fast. That is what you look like. So it makes sense to use this emoji only for me, though, because I see you for who you are and made you respond to me. So when you did this shit, and this is an actual version of there's like these iPhone emoji things, whatever. If you have an iPhone, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like currently you probably didn't have your wig on, or you didn't have your hair did, whatever, or you just had this emoji out. Why have the wink, the tongue out, with the eye open? Because I see you. I see you. I thought more than 10 times in me being loving and my authenticity isn't disrespectful to the feminine side of Lucifer's unconscious nature since you thought doing segment in our conversation was supposed to scare me. Oh no, segment, don't let your unconscious hurt me like you are a fake conscious, like you are a fake conscious by using titles as a scapegoat. Exactly. No matter what, they love my truth and block me just to still watch my posts. I see you, sir. You aren't a little girl anymore. It's time to man up and heal from the past so we can remember the mission into transcending duality. I mean, at this point, my shoes aren't even tied and I'm still consistently efficient with my jumper. They do the work for me and I ain't even cut the stove on yet. I mean, if I wasn't right, why even show me attention? These people have all these followers, and yet you worried about my little opinion? Hmm. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So now, BDL to you, because we're not done. Who is B or Bradell Rice Bay on Instagram? And the thing is too, pause. But this is your Instagram, Bradell Rice Bay. So the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. He is a huge piece of the jigsaw puzzle, limitation of human understanding, meaning that only a certain number of human beings can comprehend what she says. The spiritual spouse, masculine. The X-Files predicted programming. You must protect that secret. The excess of eggs or no excess at all. Many have used them for their own gain. We need a policy about transsexuals. There's a reason we ran into each other. Freemasons are massive perverts. The pagan transvestite priest. Install Secret Service special agent. Underground genetics laboratory. Michael Jordan can thank CERN for his career. A mystery greater than the occult. Worship of money is Saturnian or Saturnine. The elite shall be the ones harvested. The completely insane false teachings. The completely insane false teachings. Every teaching. And the thing is, too, I watched 3 or 4 videos of yours, and I told myself, you don't teach shit at all whatsoever. Every video that's being did or does, we could enhance that by literally just sitting here and giving you an open perspective without having to sound like we know it all. That's what this hive mind of artificial intelligence does. Not only just that, you get your teachings from Dr. Malachi Z. York, and the whole entire time, Dr. Malachi Z. York is also a transgender and also a Freemason and also a Luciferian, and people continuously push this person's opinions on the masses like they were supposed to be genius, and genetically a genius would never sell themselves to Freemasons because Freemasons don't even know their own interpretation of knowledge. That's why I don't do shrooms no more because at this point, I'm not going to stop the flow of thought anymore. I'm so tired of waiting and waiting on beings to start being truthful, man. Fuck all that truthful shit and fuck all them lies. I don't care how anybody feels no more. There's a reason why your lies get views because you subjugated yourself. You put yourself in this placeholder to say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to speak half truth, half lies. If you are exposing the matrix, how are you getting views in the matrix? If you are exposing videos like this, how are you getting views like this? Not only just that, how are you exposing, how are you exposing where you at? How are you exposing what you're in? And clear as day, who is that? How are you exposing what you're in? Uh-oh, somebody's looking for something. Look at these hand symbolisms. Come on, man. How long or how many trials did it take for you to get this on your head? You're blocking your crown sh gateway, so I would say crown chakra. You're blocking your crown gateway, sir. You're blocking your ascension, but it makes sense because you're standing on your ascension. You're standing on it. And look at them, they're open. They don't care how people feel. I mean, look at this person, grown ass woman, with no care in the world about what's happening to our people. They just want to have the knowledge and the information because, oh, wait a minute, I know more than the average person, so I'm supposed to be looked at as this God creation that knows more than God's creation. Y'all are just a mockery upon God itself, anyways. Sadistic triggered the Jesuits. They were asking people for money. A person that was ritually abused, transsexual prostitution. Burdell Rice Bay, Freemasonic Hex, a man in disguise, soul selling, cultic group, Masonic handshake. At this point, I'm gonna have to make the video this long anymore. Masonic handshake. Masonic handshake. Masonic handshake. You're a prostitute for Freemasonry. You're getting passed around like a collection plate, and there's nothing inside of it but your own currency that you gave up because you wanted to have control over the mind that you had no control of. What a thought. We are all clones, organized chaos, clone recycling. We are Lucifers, internet liar, worship of Baal, curse on America, feed me the energy, virtual boy, gender ideology, feminine woman, Lucifer deceiver, transmigrate, transunion, secret agent man, contradiction, a special agent, manipulation, get rich off evil. Let's see what you're talking about for real. Because I ain't never seen this shit. I just want to see. I want to see if you're going to expose yourself in this video. What time is it? 4:26.
Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. But today I'm going to be breaking down the infrastructure of the Boule Society and how it correlates to black fraternities and sororities.
And the thing is, I know I talk fast as well, but at least, and not only just that, you have a Biggie Smalls poster, you have a Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron poster, you got a Jay-Z poster, I think that's Muhammad Ali. So you have idol worship in your house, and you're speaking against it.
And how those organizations are cultural incubators that emulate the European power structure that's based on preoccupation, prejudice, and gatekeeping, and how those ideologies is acclimated to the movie industry, the music industry, professional sports, religion, and the socio-political aspect of civics when you're talking about black politicians who give you the illusion of progressiveness, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're finna get straight to it. It's I've entered, dated my people into a burning house, right? And college educated blacks. Now, I'm gonna pause that for a second. We're gonna get right back to the video because there's a book that you gotta read to understand what's going on, right? And I'm finna put it up here in a second. You gotta read this book right here. It's called The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, Volume 1, right? And it's showing you the table of contents. It's gonna be showing you how the Jesuit order works in tandem with the Boule Society.
Duh. And yet you read this shit and still decided to fucking join them? Oh my God, what a hypocrite, what an idiot.
So you got the black laws, the blue laws, which works in conjunction with the 1724 Black Christian codes. It all, it basically breaks down the whole infrastructure of how they created this dynamic of,
You still want to say they, and they are you. Have some accountability, my nigga. Come on, bro. You a grown ass woman still lying on the internet, virtual boy.
Freemasonic order, right? So it's not a coincidence that these Freemasonic orders and these alphabetical groups control, all these black so-called leaders like Jesse Jackson. And
You're telling on yourself, and you're still not even telling the truth. It's like these people who have clout, they're spiritual leaders, supposedly to unconscious minds. Y'all say a bit of the truth, but no, 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 smoke and mirrors, right? You you smoke ignorance. Then the cloud of that judgment that doesn't have truth, it blocks the being from seeing your truth because you know what you're hiding. So you understand that these alphabet societies have control over what our minds think of every single day, and you still decided to join that alphabet community. Not only just that, you were born into it, so you had no choice but to speak your truth because that's what you know. That's all that you can know.
Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, and then you got all these things like Angela Davis that was part of the Black Panthers, and you got Black Lives Matter. All this stuff is basically being facilitated by the Jesuits at the top.
We know, we got that
Aspect of civics. People are part of, the whole infrastructure of like a so-called black person getting a nonprofit organization. They get NAACP awards.
You're going to talk about how these are two inverts that were bug broken into becoming these high figures that people still idolize. You're going to talk about that, or we're just going to bypass that? You ain't gonna talk about how Diddy is also a grown woman. I forgot this person's, I think TD Jakes. They're both grown women using music and the word of God to scam people of their consciousness. You won't reference that though. You have their picture up and yet you still won't cover what you're a part of. Ah. Hidden hand, huh? Oh, hidden identity, huh? That's why it makes sense on why you get so many views and so many likes. Let me go check the comments too. That's why calling ourselves black is a scam when you are a sovereign indigenous Nubian. Oh my God. Not only just that, you call yourself a quantum healer. All skin folk and kinfolk. Duh. That's why calling ourselves black is a scam. So if you know that calling ourselves black is a scam, why would you call yourself a free indigenous Nubian when Nubians are still enslaved into what you thought you were free in? You got scammed again. That's why God never allowed me to join in sorority no matter how hard I tried. I soon realized He was protecting me. Thank you, Lord. Great. Sororities and fraternities creep me out. Let me understand the fascination. They're everywhere, even on your jobs. Wait a minute. They're everywhere, even on your jobs. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This person even admitted it. They're everywhere, and yet you still miss the message. That is how deceitful masonry is. They're in front of your face, and niggas will sit here and say they're everywhere, even on your jobs, whole entire time. What you follow is literally lying to you. They're only making videos so that you don't think that they're a part of it. They're still a part of it, even if they tell you what they're not a part of. Shit's sad, bro. I mean, all these people. He said he met the clone Steve Coakley whole entire time. Bobby Hemming is also invert. You know what? We're gonna make a video on that too later on down the year, man. I just can't believe you niggas. This so 435 people are just deceived. That's crazy as well.
They getting, all this funding from the government. They took a 501c3 of the wealth. So this is why, they're gonna everything is premeditated all throughout these industries.
And because you know that every video you do is premeditated because in the industry you were told to do these things because you want to have control over the minds that watch you.
This is why they shave points. Just like Michael Jordan, when he was shaving points and he didn't follow suit and they ended up killing his dad, right?
They ended up killing his dad the whole entire time. His dad's not even fucking dead. That's how I know. That's how I know. How can you join the occult and you still have no awareness of the occult? They killed the character, not the person. Nigga, people can't even die. So the being in Michael Jordan's costume, considered to be his dad, shifted his mind or her mind into a different costume. So where now society says, man, Michael Jordan's dad died whole entire time. His mother or his father are in different costumes enjoying the freedom that they can bask in because they sacrificed their child into giving them that freedom that society will hold on to physically.
Just like with Magic Johnson, when he didn't follow suit, they made him uh, discard himself from the NBA and said that he now has AIDS, right? So everything is actually premeditated. If you don't go along with the system, they gonna basically subjugate you to a.
Oh, you know about that, huh? Excuse me. It makes sense because what are you talking about recently? The grand finale, Trumpets of Disclosure, the Anunnaki, Zombie Resurrection Code, the Beast and Luciferian Moon Magic, the Crystal City and the Remakers of Saturn, the Anunnaki and the Great Return. Dr. York was right. The Class of the Demiurge, the Return of Thoth, Yakub creation in the Sun, World War III. Niggas still believe Yakub had a creation. Then you're using AI too. I ain't gonna lie, this is great AI work as a thumbnail. The tribulations of nature, ancestral technology. The big one, now it begins. The metaphysics of leveling up, chosen ones. Then the 80-year cycle, Golden Dome, the shift. The final sacrifice of 2030, neuromelanin and artificial intelligence, soul trap. It's like all the things that you talk about, they sound good on paper, but when you listen to this being, you're not saying anything that has not already been said. So you are regurgitating teachings that are literally inverted by false awakened beings that you idolize. If you listen to Dr. Malachi Z. York, this being still has no awareness of what she was doing the whole entire time. The whole entire time, she was just trafficking people that look like you and I. So there's a reason why this person is in prison. Because why? You just stated, hold on, you just stated if they go against,
They gonna basically subjugate you through a humiliation process.
your own teacher went through that and you still idolize that person. Talking about some Dr. Malachi Z. York was right. Right about what? Right about what? There's a reason why that being is locked up. Lock false teachers up. Rashad Jamal, Faison, all these other spiritual leaders, B-Dell, lock these niggas up for lying. You are going against your oath by even talking about this shit. So you admit it. So basically, this video is basically saying he is or she's a gatekeeper and she has ties to boule societies, fraternities, and sororities. Come on, man.
Hey, so every basketball player is a part of this. So you got
Yeah, we know.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, we know. We know. It's a grown ass woman.
Her social power.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. We know in the underground tunnel, I can just everything that she's talking about, underground tunnels, these inverted beings who are celebrities or celebrated, they are trafficking children and not only just getting surrogate mothers, but they are also manufacturing and artificially cloning the cells of traumatized entities and deities. So when they do that, they're funneling them in systems underneath our feet. So where now these beings are being placed into incubators or capsules or being encapsulated into these different laboratories in a celebrity's homes where now when you see them partying or drinking or trafficking different celebrity beings, that's the whole entire point of keeping these things secret from the masses because they can't comprehend that they're doing is just bug breaking and trafficking what they're a part of. So it's like their trauma is having sex with their trauma. And then when they break the spirit of that being that wasn't supposed to be in that industry, they now feel powerful.
You know, that they're a part of.
Don't care.
Reportedly, feared the overseers more than they did master.
Let's go back.
I see somebody who's doing people who are everywhere. It's everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. But what I see somebody who's doing something that's been doing it for over 30 years. And all of a sudden now, this is what I know. Okay? I only speak on what I know. I don't like that term gatekeepers. I like overseers.
Shit. What's the fucking difference, old head? What's the difference? Gatekeepers are your overseers. So wait a minute. Now we're giving ascension to overseers and secret societies?
Overseers on the plantation had a certain amount of power that they could wield that the master, the owner of the plantation, gave them.
Interesting. How much power did the overseers give you to for speaking out this much?
Many of the slaves purportedly feared the overseers more than they did master.
We know this story already. We know. We know this shit.
Record deals and whatever, because she's a piece
Ooh.
to. As long as you are making money for the powers that be, you can do anything short of somebody watching you murder somebody. The moment you stop making the money for them, then you have no intrinsic value. And I knew that. The moment that you stop making money, the moment that you lose your social status, that's where you basically become expendable to the system, right? Because they now can't utilize you for anything to propagate a certain form of propaganda. They can't use you for nothing. That's why people like Sexy Red, women like her.
I'm not gonna lie, Shorty. Respectfully, Beto, no disrespect to you. I can't disrespect you. All I do is move with love. But Shorty, I'm not gonna lie. You're not being honest here. You're lying. You're lying in your truth. That's what's deceitful. Be honest. That's all we ask.
They're gonna give her the resources in order for her to have these riches and things of that nature, and giving her record deals and whatever, because she's a piece to their.
Sexy Red is also a guy as well in a woman's costume.
She's a chess piece to their system, right? She's a chess piece for trafficking. Tested with gatekeeping. So it's not a coincidence. So that's why, the freak off parties, it's a real thing. And we finna get into that here in a second.
Yeah.
Now,
get into it.
I'm going to show you this video of a bodyguard. This bodyguard, he actually used to, bodyguard for many different celebrities. He still does. And he's basically giving his whole rundown of what he experienced at a Diddy party. I'm going to play the video. You are and what you do.
It's your boy BH, man, celebrity bodyguard, rapper, entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of celebrity stars, I'm the person they call when they get treacherous. You know what I mean? Like when they can't call like a normal security, they gotta call somebody who got reach in the street. They gotta call somebody who can, when they got a female passed out in the hotel room and the police on their ass, they gotta call me. You know what I'm saying? People trying to kill them, getting extorted, they gotta call me. That's why I charge a fee. You know what I'm saying? The truth, the facts. That's what it is. Well, the biggest news going on right now is Diddy. Yes, sir. What are your thoughts on Diddy? Have you ever worked with Diddy? Have you ever met Diddy? I've met him a couple of times. I definitely worked with him. But everything everybody's saying, I've been saying for years, bro. I've been saying it for years. Like, man, these boys are weird. You feel me? Like, you will go to a party with them, and you look around like, damn, like, a lot of guys kissing each other in here, man. You feel me? What y'all do is y'all business.
So you've been to a party and seen this.
You familiar with that behavior? What you laughing at? What was funny? Ain't shit funny about acts that you shouldn't be a part of if you are this, but you're laughing because you must relate, huh? And the thing is, I was only introduced so far as the entered apprentice level of Freemasonry, but can't no Freemason tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I was born into this ignorance. So you cannot tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have family that's high ranking in the levels that you're trying to reach. It's like you're laughing because you went through that butt breaking. That makes sense on why you got so many followers and why you followed that to Malachi Z. York. So that means also you have predatory tendencies that you suppress.
Oh, I seen it firsthand, multiple times. And I seen Dwight Howard in a pink dress, bro. What? I seen Dwight Howard in a pink dress.
Dwight Howard's a grown-ass woman, so it's not too taboo to hear shit like this. And it's just so sad that all you gotta do is just fucking laugh. Because if you seen Dwight Howard at a party in a pink dress, you just be like, oh, you just being yourself. On the court, you look like a man the whole entire time. That's who you want to be. A big.
With two other ladies in dresses, they all the same height. At a Diddy party.
Well, imagine 2'6'11" or 3'6'11" beings that are genetically altered in dresses, looking like men. So imagine, because I'm 6'7", 6'6". So if you 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", so 4 more inches. Imagine a being like me that's taller, 4 more inches, and there's three of them, and you're the height that you're at. You're not even, let's say you're not even 6 foot. Do you know how intimidating or do you know how fearful that can be if these beings are told to do things to you that you aren't even aware of just yet? That's why playing in these realms, bro, that's why when they say, or they made the movie Get Out, get the fuck out.
Dwight Howard in Mexico.
What's up with Dwight Howard in Mexico?
They don't got paparazzi out there like that. You feel me? They was down there hooping. He going to the club with these same truck ladies. Nobody saying nothing. That's why he's not in the league right now. You heard about him catching a sexual assault on the little designer dude?
Yeah.
Right. Him. Imagine you got two 7 foot tall, swole guys in dresses, cornering you in a hotel in a bedroom. You finna be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, dog, niggas think this shit be funny, but bro, joining these shits, nigga, when it's time for them to get in tune with their desires, they're less, bro. As far as Baphomet worshiping, bro, they don't want to hear that begging and pleading and no, they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Lamborghini Mercy, yo chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that two-seat limo with your girl. She tryna come on, bro. I know you remember that song too. But Big Sean, Two Chainz, and Kanye, and it's just like they Nicki Minaj too. But these songs, bro, these people, these celebrities, bro, they're put into positions to do one thing to make sure that you're in position to submit to their God, their satanic worshiping. And these beings are a part of this weird shit.
I distinctly remember
Front to back.
Like, come on, bro. Imagine you in a room with two 7 footers in dresses, bro, and you're not even 6 foot. I ain't gonna lie, bro. All that kicking and screaming, man, you gonna have to be ready to die behind your morals. You're gonna have to be willing to die behind your sexuality. That's where we are in life.
to a Diddy party. All the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless. You feel me? Like he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on tigers on leashes. I seen this with my own 2 eyes. See what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party. I'm like, nah.
And the thing is, too, she has to also be an invert as well. Invert meaning that, as far as surgically, the vocal cords. That's why she covers her eyes because you can see the truth. And then just the body as well. I mean, these beings look the way they do because their altering has happened before they were even at this age. So that's why they look masculine the whole entire time. These women are just showing you what these men are doing.
I tell the security team I'm working on, but let me sit outside in the escalator. So I go outside in the escalator and I'm just chilling out there because, bro, I got a reputation to maintain, bro, outstanding member. Like, I don't want nobody thinking that, man, they got BH with this. That was always a concern for me, bro. It was always a concern. I seen it for myself because Bobby Valentino was the person I was bodyguarding at. You see what I'm saying? He tell me I didn't got so much pussy before, pussy don't even really excite me. I'm like, what you mean? But he there. What you mean? Oh, bro. Oh, great. I said, what you mean? So he got 2 girls with him. I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, hold on. These might not be normal girls. Oh, no. Now he say, man, take my girl to the bathroom. Well, okay. We walk into the bathroom. You feel me? She go into the men's bathroom. But that's not all the way crazy because it's one bathroom packed, you feel me? People might do that. You know what I'm saying? So people start swarming the door. So I step inside the bathroom door. She's standing at the urinal. Dress lifted up. I'm like, damn. Okay, that's how they coming? All right. So,
That's a damn.
I'm gonna tell everybody this. If you let a celebrity party and the white guys come in like they was on Twilight, look like vampires, they holding their drink like this, you feel me, with the blonde hair and stuff like that, it's gonna get crazy in the party now, you feel me? Seen it too many times. When the white guys come in like they was on a vampire movie, hella jail, spikes sticking up, around a bunch of black dudes, yeah, somebody finna get their case touched, bro.
Pay attention to what he said at the end, because that's draconian confirmation.
And what's crazy, you wouldn't know about your own confirmation, huh? Because they put you in that position. You would know. I was waiting for you to say something. Because you would know about draconian confirmation, huh? You work with them. Hypocrite.
Blonde hair stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna tell everybody this.
All right, let's move on.
If you let a celebrity party
about the Knights of Templars, because they had a veneration for the Baphomet who came from Baphomet, which is connected to Mohammedanism, right? Which came from the Blackamoors. So it was famously practiced by the notorious magician Aleister Crowley, which is why the press dubbed him as the wickedest man in the world, right? So that's why they have these freak off parties, right? They have the freak off parties because, like I said,
Yes, we understand that part. We already understand the polarity of sex magic and whatnot. Because you're a part of it. You were groomed into getting put through that processing. And I need to make a video too on sex magic as well, but she would understand that.
So you got to watch this movie right here called The American Society of Magical.
Yeah, so I have gotten in tune with this documentary, but I need to finish that.
Now, this movie came out on chapter 2, verse 2, called Satan, the Prince of the Power of the Air.
Literally, Lucifer in the Satanic Bible, Lucifer is literally the being that guards the air.
The very
Bro,
variation of the same title, right? Because I was telling you before, Satan is the God of this world, which is also connected to Corinthians 4:4. Is acclimated to the OVO society, right? Because this is why they use occult, Kabbalistic sigil.
And gematria and creating allegories so as to receive mankind's wealth while generating divisions through opposing ideologies. You understand this? I don't know. I want to see if you're gonna tell the truth in this shit because you never done gematria on yourself.
Or basically draconian shapeshifters.
Time out. Time out. Oh my God. Does this being know what oh my goodness. So you know that the archons have control of these and you still. Bro, I might end this video right now. How the fuck do you know this part and this part and yet and this part? You know all of this and yet. I'm looking dead at you. Wow. Did you know? Did you think that this video was not going to get reacted to? And that's the thing. The people that subscribe or follow you, they don't know how to question your teachings because they're not enlightened just yet.
Humanoid entities who control the demiurge, which is comprised of the third dimension and the lower fourth dimension. Right? That is basically the chain of command when you're talking about who controls what. So that's why you cannot go against your master, right?
You can't go against your master. No wonder you do what daddy and mommy tell you to do. No wonder. That's why you had to elongate your teachings. And what's crazy, your teachings this long still hold no value. Why is that? Because did you forget what you joined? Did you forget? You must have forgotten. It makes sense.
This is why they use occult, Kabbalistic sigilicism and symbols and numerology and astrology and gematria in creating allegories as to receive mankind's wealth while generating divisions through opposing ideologies, right? So you got the skull and bone sigil, then you got the sun and the moon, right? These are all basically forms of Babylonian worship.
Oh my God. These are all forms of Babylonian worship. Come on, bro. You got to do better than that.
We're going to get into that later.
Oh, what happened? We're not going to cover it?
We're going to get into Jay-Z.
No, I don't want to hear about that shit. I want to hear
about all this stuff is connected.
I don't want to hear about Young Dog. I don't want to hear about celebrities. I don't give a fuck because we know that these people don't even fucking exist. Like, that's how I know, bro. Like, we already exposing them with gematria by telling you that all this shit over here. On our side of the channel, we been covered all these different things. And the thing is, too, we went deeper into the inversion.
You understand that a Greek is a fraud. So I want you to holler out if you think, yeah, that's the first move you're gonna see. And you got to do deep research. From 1908 to 1909, then became purpose of this video. I'm hoping y'all taking notes or whatever, because I understand people, they want to understand everything intuitively, or they want to get the intrinsic information. The only way you can get that is if you got to sit through videos like this, because
Imagine sitting through a 1 minute and 53 second, no, 1 hour and 53 minute video lying in front of your face. Imagine sitting that long just to be lied to by somebody who joined this. Come on, bro.
everything got to make sense.
It's not going to make sense. And you know that.
A lot of people don't understand the diametrical difference between who's the enemy and who isn't. And this video is going to give you the foundation to where you can basically dismantle for certain people who are basically a part of that system. And the only way you can do that is if you get through videos like this. You got to watch documentaries. You got to read books. You got to do deep research.
Huh.
So it might be boring or whatever, but you got to watch the videos. And sire, our Johnny Lapidus.
When Diddy fucked Carl Russell, we was at the party, and we just chilling and shit like that. And me,
more stories about celebrities, like we know that these, oh gosh, like what are you teaching?
It's part of the upper echelon in the hierarchy of the Boule system, right? We are the king that the Black Secret Society served. We control everything, including your pastors, right? That's why pastors get a 501c3 skull and bones contract, right? You see how everything comes full circle?
Yeah.
Like I said,
that's ironic. You see how everything comes full circle? You think you know a guy, huh? What a joke.
Right? Do behind the scenes, right? So this video, like I said, is basically breaking down the infrastructure of the Boule Society. For the new people coming in, the Boule Society is an African-American originated system, came from ancient Greece as a subservient class of Grecan rulers, reinstitutionalized in 1904 in the United States, and meaning councils of chiefs and advisor to kings. And the kings are the Freemasons, who are part of the deep state. The Boule Society.
You know that the Freemasons are part of the deep state, and yet you still went into the industry? I mean, bruh.
Is the elite servient class. They're being controlled by their kings.
Let's see, we got 1 hour, 47 minutes. Let's see if she's going to articulate an open-minded perspective without having to use the pictures or the teachings of other people that aren't even speaking truth.
The stagnation of Black degradation within our culture, right?
Whoa.
So, this is why you got people. So,
yeah, let's hear it. Come on. I'm going to sit back and just listen. Come on. See what you got.
Being said, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is very critical times that we're living in right now. Because like I said, we've been infiltrated from the inside out by people who look like us, but they not us. Shout out to Rod Hayes when he basically broke that down for us, right?
Rod Hayes broke that down for you. And you didn't think that this would catch back up to you? Hey, how you doing? My name's Karma. But see, Karma does not have to wear a costume. All it does is just recycle itself into what you thought you could run away from. You can't hide from what you did. And don't ask how I got this picture. I mean, because wait a minute, you posted it 2022 in 2022. And you thought that, and what's crazy, you thought saying this shit was right. Young chosen one groomed by the elders. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You thought you were chosen to do what? To do what? Lie? I knew I was chosen when the beings who look like this contacted my mother and said, "Hey, we want to give your son this opportunity. We want him to come back. You know, we enjoyed this meeting. That, what happened with that when I wasn't aware of it? Once I became aware of it, those conversations, my mom would say, "Hey, you considering going? No, no. Why don't you want to go back to Freemasonry? Are you serious, mother? And mom, I love you. If you see my videos, hey, mom, we made it out by making videos. I got you. But all I know is, though, off the camera, you know what time it is. That's why we don't talk about this shit because it's going to be an argument. I don't mind being transparent. But what I know is, though, this is what Freemasonry does to your household. Imagine knowing that your family's in ties with Satanism, and then when you tell them about it, they get mad at you. You not slick.
Because these are the people who be people in the ladies and gentlemen.
Peep this hypocritical statement that she still forgot was out in the open. Peep this.
Like I said, this is very critical times that we're living in right now. Because like I said, we've been infiltrated from the inside out by people who look like us, but they not us. Shout out to Ryan Hayes when he basically broke that down for us, right? Because these are the people who are being controlled by the plutocracy. They're being controlled by their kings to keep the stagnation of Black degradation within our culture, right? So, you know, this is why you got people who are taking up for Diddy. They take up for people who are basically have these allegations on them. Imagine being able to.
And the thing is, too, I'm gonna tag this account. Don't even react to this shit. Don't react. Don't even comment. Don't make a video on it. If you do, oh, I ain't gonna stop.
Right. This is the reason why they do that. They take up for them because, like I said, they're not, the people under them are not able to combat those who are basically doing all the trafficking, doing all these rituals and things of that nature. They can't speak out against them. Right.
Is that why you do what you do and you keep silent on what you did?
So, like I said, it's one of those things where it's very imperative to understand that when we have another shutdown, when the planet is going to be in a state of a lockdown, just like we had in 2020 because of the draconian juice, what's going to happen is a lot of the people are part of these secret societies. A lot of people are part of the fraternities and sororities and the Boule Society and the Freemasonic Order. All these so-called Blacks are part of that system are the ones that's basically going to endorse the draconian juice. They're going to tell you to vote. They're going to tell you to get reparations. Right, because as I was telling you before, it's a form of technology to basically connect you right back to the fraudulent system, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching this video. Get this video out there. And for those who are watching this video and didn't understand and didn't have an intuitive understanding about the intrinsic information, and for those who are part of fraternities and sororities and were basically oblivious to everything that you've seen in this video, this is a time period right now where you must denounce your fraternity, you must denounce your sorority, right? Because you're basically acclimating yourself to Greco-Roman culture, which is a derivative of Satanism, right? Because Greco-Roman culture actually was extracted from the 18th dynasty of Egypt when they got infiltrated by the Ptolemies, right? So that's why it's imperative to understand the inception of history by, you know, understanding how these organizations were basically engineered and orchestrated. So, like I said, it's imperative that you denounce these organizations or whatever, because I understand, like, it looks good on the surface. You with your Q dogs and y'all divine out, y'all ski eating and all this other stuff or whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You did that back during the college days. But now, since you came across this information, now you must use your spiritual and your mental fortitude to denounce those organizations who are part of a satanic regime, right? because the inception of it came from a satanic order.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, get this video out there for if you know people in your family who are part of fraternities and sororities, and they've been thinking about getting away from those organizations. Share the, give this video to them, share it, because, like I said, we live in very critical times to where we have to decipher the illusion, because the people are part of those infrastructures is going to keep you acclimated to the illusion. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, end of transmission.
What a sheep. That's such a sheeple response. I forgot when I took these pictures too. But look at that. I mean, this was just last year. This was probably this year. Bro, there's just no way that you beings really sit here and think as if that what you're doing should be justified. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's get into the video. Who is Bradell Rice Bay on Instagram? The Feast of the Immaculate Conception. And as we know, we're just going to go ahead and bypass this because I don't want to take too long of your time. It's 5:06. I got 5 videos to edit for TikTok and Instagram, and I got 2 YouTube videos to go ahead and post today. So let's go ahead and tackle this. Basically meaning that the conception of children is being fed through satanic systems that this being is a part of. And because we are all a part of this feast, we have to be able to understand how to fast from this festival that people celebrate unconsciously. You are a huge piece of the jigsaw puzzle. And thing is too, that literally is self-explanatory. There's a reason why you have this false image of Yakub, why you got Pleiadians or Arcturians, why you got these different conehead people, why you got reptilians right here, the Greys, why you got Malachi Z, or you even got a picture of this nigga like he's a fucking king for Luciferian knowledge. It's sad. You told on yourself. Limitation of human understanding. And she understands that. So because she knows that humans are limited to occultic understanding, you lie in videos like this. And we already just exposed that. The spiritual spouse masculine. So what if whatever being that you are, the person that you had a child with was probably a man? And the thing is, we will never know. But I already went through her pictures and stuff like that, just doing my research, and it makes sense. I mean, you probably did go this whole ritual to sacrifice your child, whatever. Now you're getting paid to, like, we ain't finna go deep into that, but this all makes sense. The X-Files predictive programming. You're an artificial being. It's just that simple. And because of that, everything that you do is predicting or predictive for us to contradict. You must protect that secret. That's exactly why when she speaks out loud, a lot of times she'll hesitate because she knows that her truth could slip up. That's exactly why when I told y'all about when I got introduced into Freemasonry and shit like that, I went and made a video. Because I sat there and said, I cannot hold on to this illusion any longer. So where if somebody finds what I did in the past, oh, Darius already made a video on that, so you can't expose this nigga. He already told on himself. He already said what he did and how he escaped that shit. If I was a part of these beings, I wouldn't make these videos about these beings. The excess of eggs or no excess at all. So I feel like this could mean to the access of having eggs, and then a lot of times you don't have that access depending on the choice that you make. So a lot of these beings, they don't get to produce they don't get to produce or traffic their eggs because it wasn't in their script, nor were they destined to make that choice because they never had a choice to begin with. Many have used them for their own gain. Excuse me. And a lot of times, I mean, it's just not true. When you see her doing those interviews on your For You page or whatever, somebody's asking the questions, they're only asking their fraternal or sorority brother and sister to help gain them more followers on their social media. We need a policy about transsexuals. We do. We need to have some type of policy, some type of agreement to help us understand that these beings are lying to you and that their information should not be trusted. So now we have to sit here and start implementing or emulating different formats for us to never follow nor believe. There's a reason we ran into each other. I mean, and that's with him and Arcades Concede, Yaki Awaken, Charleston White, Billy Carson. Where's it at? There's a reason we ran into each other because y'all are all part of the same exact satanic order. Freemasons are massive perverts, and you know that. You made an hour and 53-minute video on that, and you still joined them. Crazy. And the thing is, too, someone be like, well, wait a minute. You admitted that you were a part of it too. I didn't know what I know when I was in there. I had to find out about their secrets by even being introduced to it. And why is that? When you want to know who or what they are, you ask somebody who's a part of it. So when you find out that your mom or your dad's a part of it, and then they put you in that industry, and you're looking like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Smoke and mirrors, that's the whole point. That's why Freemasons don't tell you that they're Freemasons. It's weird. The pagan transvestite priests. And of course, all the things that they are preaching against, they do behind closed doors. But you're calling yourself a priest or a pastor? Install Secret Service special agent. Every time you see her on your For You page and she's getting all those likes, all those attention, all those comments, why do you think that is? Underground Genetics Laboratory, self-explanatory. They've been doing this shit even on my Patreon. So I have the Patreon as well. I'm pretty sure. Let's go to my page. Shout out to Omnis, by the way. But they're cloning us, rewriting our minds, swapping our bodies while we sleep, and assigning roles designed by beings that don't look human. And we can beat the wizard and turn their own game against them if people do their research outside of the internet. 1 hour and 6 minutes breaking down how evil this system is. Michael Jordan can thank CERN for his career or her career. And the thing is, too, that CERN is a genetic dimensional accelerator that opens up portals or dimensions. What makes you think Jordan was not a psychological operation to paint a narrative about the game of basketball, which is still Luciferian worship, a mystery greater than the occult? That's why people follow her, don't understand why she's the greatest mystery of Satanism. Worship of money is Saturnian or Saturnine. Just that simple. And when you constantly do things for money, now you make it your gods, where now you look at these beings like they're God whole entire time. They're the reason why you have money in the first place. The elite shall be the ones harvested. And this video is not even to harvest her energy, but the thing is though, she's harvesting anybody who's watching her videos because she knows that many people don't know themselves. She don't even know herself for real. If she did, she would expose herself to the world. The completely insane false teachings. Sadistic trickery of the Jesuits. So these two are self-explanatory. Hold on, let me go make an annotation on this motherfucker. These two right here go hand in hand, literally equal to each other. And they're in two ciphers. Imagine if it was 18. Telling you they were asking people for money. And the thing is, Freemasons do that. You got to pay tithes, you got to pay transactions when you're in the meetings. Imagine you work so hard to where you go into a brotherhood or a sisterhood and they're asking you for money. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. A person that was ritually abused, transsexual prostitution. You know that these beings trafficked you and you were abused consciously, and yet you're still connected to their trickery. And you know it's all Jesuit order. But of course, as a person that was abused, you wouldn't care for that because you don't even know yourself. You're just making teachings up because you can use Dr. Malachi Z. York as your scapegoat because you think you know a guy. Whole entire time, y'all work for the exact same manipulation. You can't make this shit up. Burdell Rice Bay, Freemasonic Hex. And the thing is, too, with this, a hex is nothing but a spell or just a symbolic bridge that these beings will use consciously to suppress the information that you had beyond esotericism, a man in disguise, soul selling. You sold your soul to have subscribers and followers on all social media platforms. You can't make this stuff up. Student of Dr. Malachi Z. York. So you sold your soul to, or you sold your morals to Satan. You got trafficked into a satanic ring. Not only just that, you admitted it. You are a student of Dr. Malachi Z. York. You are a student of Luciferianism. And nobody knew this shit. Nobody was going to speak up on this stuff. We're speaking out against. How can you make a video speaking out against what you're a part of? That makes no fucking sense to me. That's crazy. Cultic group. So don't forget soul selling. Masonic handshake. We are all clones. Who's sending me a message? Hold on. Who's sending me a message this early? What do you got to say to me? Oh, do you have a Discord community? Oh, you follow me. Hey, shout out to you, by the way. Your name is Hanok. I'm just not making a video. You can't make this stuff up. Do you have a Discord community? I do. I need to get on there more, but it's all good. We're not focused on that right now. Let's focus on the video. Organized chaos. I mean, for example, organized chaos. That's all. And the thing is, you're not even consistent with your videos for real. Now, of course, not saying that you can't take breaks on your videos or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, if you're really an advocate for going against the system, why can't you post your thoughts every day? I'm just saying, why can't you post about what you're going through? That's how I know genuinely you're not doing this for the betterment of society. All you're doing is bringing them down because you want to feel above them. And that's why you join Freemasonry. Like, you can't fool a fool. I'm sorry. Clone recycling. You are a clone and you know that. It makes sense on why you are a follower of another cloned entity that traffics children. We are Lucifers. Internet liar. Worship a ball. Curse on America. The curse on America is believing people like this. That feed me the energy. Wait a minute. Feed her the energy 3 days ago. 37K views. Hold on. Let's check the comments. Check the comment section real quick. The reality is going to be epic. The mothership is coming in to activate Mother Earth, switching to 5D. Time to get right. Detox fast, spread love, not hate. Their world is ending. Ours will be beginning. That's how I know y'all sleep. Our world began when it ended. That shooting was a stage event. Don't get distracted. They had a book on Amazon. The shooting of Charlie Kirk published on September 9th. You already have your powers as soon as you wake up in the look at that. Charlie is probably underground with the rest of them. He's on the down road. Don't carry nothing that might be a low. Seeing things around his birthday. What's insane is I just got fentanyl and meth and decided to go vegetarian. I do agree with what you said about wanting the world to end, mostly because I want the suffering of animals and suffering of humanity to end. No, you want your world to end. Don't say you want the world to end. No, you want your world to end because you know your lives finna get exposed right now. These beings got a feeling when I'm finna activate these teachings. They know that. Feed her the energy. That's why she makes these videos in a spacious time lapse because she has to build her case up on her lies. I mean, obviously, internet liar. She can't even contradict her lies. And isn't that right, virtual boy? Junior ideology. Excuse me. And the thing is, too, if you see a man, that's your ideology. Because realistically, she's a feminine woman, and she knows that. That's why you can't be offensive to them. It's all love over here. But we see you for what you are. Isn't that right, Lucifer, deceiver? It makes sense. Trans migrate. These transgenders will migrate and unify themselves into secret societies that are organized into cultic groups because they're selling out their morals to organize their chaotic ways and society's chaotic ways to praise and worship a being that wants their energy as well. Secret agent man. Contradiction. I mean, at this point, I'm glad I only got two scripts on you because these two scripts, this whole entire video will awaken you into seeing how deceitful these beings are. The special agent, manipulation, get rich off evil. Get rich off evil, and people watch the lies that people aren't even aware of, man. Get this, get this video to 10 likes, and no, we ain't gonna conclude this just yet. Cause I got this how I know I made this documentary a long time ago. What kind of sick, demented, twisted, demonic people suck the blood from a baby's after it is circumcised? You work for beings that suck the blood from a baby's. This is called Mitsubishi, something like that. Yeah, hold on. It's in the screenshot too. This is in fact a Jewish practice. And you understand, he said or she said, go read that book or whatever. So you read this book or you talked about it. You know that they do this practice and you still went into their occultic fraternity? Wow. Wow, bro. So when the Kabbalah secrets reveal how transgenders are developing utero, trans world from the top down, elites, royalty, celebrities, politicians, NBA players, famous doctors and judges down to public figures, just to name a few. They're transformed in utero by the eighth week of pregnancy. The genitalia have not been formed yet, so they inject the opposite hormone. There is an unseen and unspoken hierarchy. On rare occasions, we receive glimpses into who governs and who obeys. And this is basically what our people do to their people. Pussy. And of course, graduation. Pedalwood. Yup. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you want to share what's really happening to our people, get this video a like and get it to 10 likes. And we will also expose Vaughn to Cut next and also Kai Cenat as well. I'm gonna make that Kai Cenat video this week. And then, but yeah, so also before I do conclude this, I also just want to give y'all more information to dissect. 'Cause I know these videos are hard to comprehend, which is the point. The Freemasons and Jesuits worship a physical depiction of Satan, known as a transgender, transhuman, Baphomet deity or demon, having both male and female genitalia, while being part satanic gold. This is why they are the true accredited founders of transgenderism and transhumanism, GMO human hybrids merged with AI. So every time you see her talking, and it looks as if, like for one, this is majority of the time that's her emotion. It's like she doesn't really have emotions until she's with her people. So that's exactly like when you hear her talk or whatever, it's meaningless. It's like a hybrid being. She's basically artificial intelligence in a body. Can't make it up. So they got you. Another species, nanotechnology and or robotics. For example, a common Illuminati initiation ritual in honor of the Baphomet deity is to sacrifice a firstborn child or raise them transgender, other biological sex. The transgender transhuman agenda is designed to confuse and blur the two genders of society, feminizing men and masculizing women, encouraging bisexuality, homosexuality, and pedophilia, thus preventing people from ever being able to connect with our true creator God source, ultimately pushing humanity closer to a Luciferian transhumanist one world government controlled by an AI singularity. If you enjoyed this and you want to spread more awareness about these false teachers that literally tell on themselves, get this video 10 likes and I'll continue the teachings for these false entities. And that will be the ending for our download that will always continue because we are not going to stop exposing who you artificial hybrid beings have always been. Just because you look like us does not mean that you are part of the exact same team that we are being aware in. Whole entire time, we're not on the same exact team because we are observing what team you play for, and we see what team you've been playing for. And hold on, when did you start? 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, you were doing these lies, and now in 5 years, you have not told your community what you're hiding. That means you're afraid of yourself and you're afraid of your own truth. So it makes sense on why you're so nonchalant with your lies. Have a great and divine day, divine reflection. I ain't finna keep playing with these motherfuckers, boy. I ain't finna keep on lying to my people.